about, and that's taxes. Taxes and 1099 and all that. Now, I never heard of a 1099 or none of that until I came into trucking. And because I found out, you got some trucking jobs where you get 1099. Well, if you're not familiar with that, like I was familiar with a 1099, they don't take no taxes out, okay? There's no taxes taken out, and you have to do all that yourself. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I know me myself personally, I hate paying Uncle Sam. So it's best for me, myself personally, that they go ahead and get their W-2, because I know 1099, we may have a problem. But what I realized that when you're trying to level up, this 1099 is something that's going to be added into the game. So you got to get aware and be aware of what you're doing, because you can get screwed over with this 1099 situation. When you jump out here and lease it and all that, yeah, people talk leasing the truck, where to go, for what to do, what to this, what to that. But nobody talks about that bread. Nobody talks about taxes, the IRS side of the game, because you getting these checks, they ain't taking no taxes out. Well, you got to pay it. You got to pay it. So what happens when you getting these $2,000, $3,000 checks you leasing, end of the year come and you ain't paid nothing? Uncle Sam coming for his bread. All right, he taking possessions, freezing up bank accounts, all that. He's not trying to hear it. And depending on what the situation is, you might find yourself going to jail. All right, so that's something right there, very serious, that nobody never really gets into, breaks down, talks about, or none of that. I know me myself personally, with everything I had going on, as far as way everything was explained to me. Like, I got my company, Trumbull Transportation and Logistics. Say I was going to get a truck, instead of putting Marcus on the truck, Party Hard on the truck, I put Trumbull Transportation on the truck. Are you in there?
Huh?
Are you in there?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, who the hell's in there? Because nobody's in here. There's only 2 invitations go out. First of all, y'all, this live broadcast, you're not getting it. I got to figure out. I think it says I can share it on social media, which is like Facebook. I'm not interested in sharing that on Facebook. I don't even really talk to the people on Facebook. I noticed a lot of hate coming from Facebook, between hate and the police. So Facebook's not a friend of mine. So the only way I can send you a link to this live feed is if I have your cell phone number. And since I don't have none of y'all's cell phone number, you'll just see this live feed when it comes up in 29 minutes. Okay? Now, my wife's familiar with 1099. She's worked with that before, knowing how to file. Now, some people do their taxes quarterly, and some people just do them at the end of the year. I think when you're making so much money, I think it's best to do it quarterly. That's just me. Another thing I think is just a smart thing to do, I'm going to do first before I make any moves, would be an accountant. Definitely to have an accountant, paid accountant on tap, because I just don't want to have, at the end of the year, these people tell you owe them $8, $9, $10, $12,000, and you like, well, where's that supposed to come from? Or having to give up a huge chunk of money to you folk at one time. To me, it's painful. I mean, I'd rather buck in the middle of the street. I don't want to do it. So I'd rather just pay it a little by little as I go, so as it doesn't get too big at the end of the year. And I think a tax person is definitely Mando. And all the little tricks and the little tips and stuff that people don't talk, they don't tell you about it. Like, all right, let me just give you biases for service. Like, Trumbull Transportation Logistics is my company. All right, my truck would be bought. It wouldn't be me buying it. It would be my company buying it. All bills would be paid through the truck, through an account that's specifically Trumbull Transportation and Logistics. Not my accounts I had prior, not none of that. An account that's specifically Trumbull Transportation and Logistics. Maintenance and all that, everything would be doing, even paying myself, would come right out of this account. That way it's easy to keep up with the bookkeeping of it. You got to think about it. I'm not sure didn't ask nobody about this yet. This is still a question I have people when I'm doing my business. It's for Trumbull Transportation. Say Trumbull Transportation makes $2,500, which I know some of y'all probably gonna take all that money and put in your pocket. But me myself, let me just give you a breakdown. Let's say my company made $5,000 this week, right? After fuel or whatever. Say they made $5,000. Just take it for instance. Well, a certain percentage of that is automatically going to be put, a percentage of the money I make will automatically be put aside for maintenance, no matter what type of truck I got. Percentage of that, let's say if I get, let's say 10, 15 cents a mile, it's going to be put aside for maintenance. It might be a little more, it might be 20. So if I made $5,000 this week, am I going to pay myself $5,000? Some of you are, and that's where you go run into some snags at. I'm going to go pay myself $700-800, if that, tops. $1,000 tops, maybe. Same thing I was making as a company driver. You don't understand. It's the same thing I'm making as a company driver. Maybe a little bit less because me, myself, personally, Party Hard has to pay taxes, and Trumbull Transportation has to pay taxes. So if I pay myself a big old high, huge salary, guess what? Uncle Sam looking for that big old cut out of my check. So you got to strategically work everything how it's supposed to be worked. I don't want to pay myself no bunch of money because I got to pay for that. I'm getting taxed on that accordingly. So I got to work it out. It's all, this is all stuff this would be tons and tons of videos that people who already out there doing it, I would love to see them. You know, I would love to see some videos where I can actually, I know a lot of you like to see buffoonery, but I like to see videos where I actually get something out of it. So I'm just throwing this out to anybody you out there, you're already doing it. I'd love to see the videos. Because it's some of us who watch YouTube, we actually want to get something out of it besides buffoonery, stupidity. We actually want to hear something out of the video. I noticed one thing about the YouTube audience. You really only love buffoonery. And we've all us YouTubers, we tested